hammers like West Ham taxmen. You don't wanna see the gang vex, man. Pull up in 2-litre dingers and press that.
Selling fly, going ham in West like Declan Rice. Do it like popcorn, everything nice. Whoa.
Happy Hammers. Sorry, Davey. Let me do this. It don't feel right. OCD. Welcome back to the channel, you lot. Happy Hammers, obviously. And you know that song that sprung to mind was... Who sings this, Dave? You know, oh, what a difference a day can make. 24. You know that song, but I don't know. Yeah, you know. You know that song, though, innit? Yeah.
Yeah.
It just, you know... What a difference, 24, in our case, 44 hours. Or no, it was 48 hours, actually, because it was 3 and 3. So, yeah, thank you for joining us once again. And with a positive result as well. Let me get to the comments. So, as always, the disabled team was first in the house before we even went live. Hi, brother Titch. What a win for the Hammers. Really pleased for the fans. I thought Bowen and Benny stole the show, and it was good to see Vlasic on the scoring sheet. I agree with that. I did feel he was going to score against Southampton, but I didn't anticipate, you know, how bad we was going to be in that game, but that's gone now. We saw a different Souček without Rice, most definitely. You know, I'm going to refrain from asking Davey because I want to hear his thoughts in the actual ratings rather than right now. I'll be here, brother Titch and Davey.
How you doing, disabled team?
Yeah, Stuart is his name. His son is Lee, but yeah, Stuart.
Okay.
Yeah, so disabled team or it'll be Stuart at the minute. Right, so David, we'll wait a little bit, but no, I don't want you to give too much away. But what did you think of our performance today?
You know,
yeah,
good performance, very good performance. In fact, I thought Watford were mediocre at best. Yeah, but I mean, you know, they have this saying, isn't it, that the good thing about football is there's always another game. And what a performance by ourselves, you know, and to get 4 goals as well and come from a goal behind, you know, great performance. And the scoreline didn't flatter us. In fact, we could have had a few more. So yeah, massive 3 points.
Right, let me big up Kieran as always. I know he's, you know, his time zone and he stayed up for the game, he stayed up for the show. So I can share. I know, but he wouldn't have got much sleep. But yeah, thanks as always, Kieran, for tuning in. What I will say is this year. See, when it comes to the score predictions, I'm very pessimistic, but I'm also very more in favour of West Ham. See, when we beat someone and everyone's like, Watford was shit, or I never said that. I was like, nah, man, like we made them look shit. You understand? So when we do, you know, and people say, Watford didn't really offer much. I never really subscribe to that. I'm always about, what we done well, and that's why we won. So that's where my positivity sort of comes out, is that, you know, when we win and other people might write off the opposition, I'll just praise us for our performance. Okay. This is what I'm laughing because I was going to say something. Me and Kieran was like, Kieran last night on the show we done, he's like, look, if Noble plays, I think we're in big trouble. And listen, I'm never afraid to hold my hands up. Me and Kieran was like, Noble, you know, he can't play, he can't start, and all of that. That's funny. But you know, when it comes to West Ham, I'll gladly be proven wrong. And you know, Noble, he had a decent game, man. Like, but yeah, I wasn't.
I think he added some calmness, didn't he, to everyone? He's really calm on the ball. So yeah.
Kieran's funny. I even messaged Kieran, Davey, on WhatsApp just before kickoff, and I said, fucking Noble starting or something like that. And Kieran's response, I didn't see this till after. Here we go. So, you know, and like I said, I'll always, if I'm wrong, I'm wrong. And you know, I'm glad that I was wrong, because I was just going off for that game that we had. I did ask Kieran last night. This was me trying to be devil's advocate. I said to him, do you think that us playing so soon after that is, you know, potentially a good thing? You know, like, get it out of your system. And he was like, nope, like, nah. And, you know, I think in hindsight, it was a good thing for us to get back on the horse. They'd had a break, but maybe that break didn't benefit them the way it did Spurs when Spurs Spurs first came back, they looked like on fire. So yeah, okay. Happy Emirates in the building. Hey Stuart, disabled team. I never want to blow my own trumpet or anything. Laugh out loud. Happy Emirates. Good evening. Thank you for joining once again. Hey Pete's, what a man Noble is. You know she loves Lanzini, Dave, as well. Like, okay, that's her man. Right. We will wait 2 more minutes, Shulock, just to see if anyone else wants to get involved, and then we will start. But yeah, Dave, you said 3-1 in it yesterday. Did you?
Yeah, I said 3-1.
Or today.
Earlier today, I said 3-1. Yeah.
And you genuinely believe that, yeah?
Yeah. Because I don't think, even though we haven't been playing that well, I don't think we are still a good side, you know. And yeah, of course, we're going to have an odd blip or two throughout the season. And you know, obviously, it's defensively where we would maybe grind out results 1-0 or win by a single goal. You know, we've lost 3 of our main 4 defenders, so it's going to have an effect on the team. You know, it's funny because in regards to Diop on that, they've come in, and I think this is going to be the making or breaking of him. I personally think, in someone like Diop, he's got his opportunity now. Now, if he doesn't step up to the plate, then he can only blame himself if West Ham ship him out the door. You know, he's a young player. He's only 24 or something, so he's a young player. And
especially for a centre back as well, he's still relatively young for that position. Should have listened to me, Kieran. Like I said, I did tip once Vlasic got his first start against Southampton. I did say on the watch along, I got a feeling this score, but like I said, we just didn't. If we played the way we played today, from an attacking sense, then I would have been confident he would have got a goal. And look, he came on today and didn't have that many minutes on the pitch. Right. Okay. Right. So thanks for everyone that's tuning in. Thanks for everybody that has been tuning in consistently as well. You can probably clearly see that behind the scenes we are putting a lot of work and just trying to bring, you know, different type of content than everybody else. It's going to be similar, obviously, because of the nature of the subject matter, but just trying to be different, basically. Right. So, Frankie's in the house. I'm an idiot. No, we're idiots, Kieran. Won the bet and I secured the bet. Okay, yeah, remember. You went on, dude. Frankie, his brother's, he was on my first one from each team on this channel, Charlie Boy. He'll be back soon anyway, but yeah, he's a character. So I only know Frankie through the comments, and it would be good to, at some point, you know, get him on camera. But his brother is very charismatic, man. Like, you know, they're from Brooklyn, New York. Okay. Proper, like, you know, that, yeah, you can just, they got the swagger. But Frankie, glad your bet won. And like I said, I weren't expecting much today. I'm telling him it's the simple goals and bangs in the almost impossible ones. And Kieran says, good skills, Frankie. I'm glad you won your bet, man. Seriously. Right, so we will get into this, Davey. I'm going to change up a little bit today. I'm going to go to... Once you give your rating, Dave, I'm going to give what Sky Sports have rated our players as well, just to make it a little bit more different, as well as people in the comments. Right, so... let's get to... Lucas Fabianski.
He done well today. You know, we're spoken... about him, whether Areola deserves a Premier League start and should replace him, and maybe that is the future. But he hasn't really done much wrong, has he? And today, I think when it was 3-1, I think it was either 3-1 or 2-1 before we scored. I think it was our 4th goal. He put, Watford had a period in the game where they were creating stuff, and he pulled off a couple of really good saves. So yeah, I would give him a 7. I'll give him a 7 today on today's performance. He done really well, I thought, and did what he needed to do and more, and a little bit more. So definitely a good performance from him.
1 second. So you gave him a 7. I'm going to get to the comments in a minute, or Davey can, but I will bring up what Sky Sports gave him after you've given yours. So, because I saw them earlier on that they do their rating. So, 1 second. So, Davey gave Fabianski a 7, and the Sky Sports app gave Fabianski a 7. So, they've given the same score as you, or you've given the same score as them. Right, so, Budgie's in the house. Dave, you ain't met Budgie either, have you?
No.
Have you seen his name in any comments, or...?
Yeah, Evelyn Budgie, and Frankie, if I haven't already said so.
Budgie's got a good. His one from each team was a good one as well. Like So yeah.
And
James Bong. Good evening, gents and Hammeretich. You can't interfere with my beloved match of the day too. Yeah, I know, man. Pause it or record it, James.
Put it on record, yeah. That's what I do.
What time does it start?
Series record, man.
Yeah, I didn't even put that to record. Damn. Right, so let me get to the ratings. But thanks for tuning in, James. You can watch Match of the Day and just listen here. Right, Happy Hammer, 8 for fans. Fabs, a few great saves. You gave him an 8? I won't disagree with that. Disabled team, 8. Pulled off 2 excellent saves at the end too. And like I said, I've said this before and I keep saying this. I like that Stuart and the disabled team, it's not a West Ham fan perspective. You know, they're watching it as a football fan. So your opinion is very much, what's the word I'm looking for, Davey? Appreciated,
yeah.
Thank you. Not gonna lie, I was nervous when I see the lineup, Kieran. Thank you for thinking of me, Bong. Frankie says Fabs made some good saves today. What are you giving him, Fabs? I mean Frankie, aka Budgie Smuggler. James Bong says Fabs 8. Stel and Stato haven't a Danny. I think that's from West Ham Network. Stelios and I don't know the other guy. I think he said they ain't got a Danny. So I don't know if that means they rated him less than that. Hi Budgie, how are you feeling today, brother? Kieran says he pulled off one of them wow saves at the end. So 7.5. Yes, Kieran. Kieran's gone with a 0.5. If Kieran gives you decent ratings. Right. Budgie says Fabs gets an 8. James says Hammerette. He hasn't said hello to me. Who's not saying hello? We don't accept rudeness. Frankie says an 8. You know, I'm glad to see that, you know, that he stuck with Fabianski, and Fabianski now, especially in this show, he's getting, you know, the recognition. 7 or above. Hello, Mrs. Lanzini. Right, you lot, thanks for that. Okay. We will go to boom. Banners. We will go to, where is he? 1 second, you lot, sorry. Right, Davey. Vladimir Sufal, yeah, he did a lot better than the last game, didn't he? Got forward more, looked more like the old Sufal, didn't he? Some decent crosses. I'll give him a 7. Like Fabianski, I'll give him a 7 as well. I think he's done really well. Got forward, his defensive duties, you know, he's really good at that. So yeah, all round good performance from Sufal. 7 out of 10 from Davey. Sky Sports gave Vladimir Sufal a 7. So Davey has matched what Sky have said without knowing what Sky have said. Fab's gonna have a massive. 1 second, I'm gonna get back to where I said hello to me. 8, thanks. Clive, mate. Sorry, hi. Fab's right. This is the next comment, I think. Right, Fab's gonna have a massive shiner after that eye socket save at the end. All for the cause. I'm good, thank you. Asking brother Budgie. Oh, morning, Darren. Darren, if you can catch up. Just give us your rating for Fabianski and then Sufal if you watched the game, because I know you might have been driving. Ernie, hello, Budgie. You're forgiven. 1 second. Right, Kieran says solid 7. Good game for Sufal. Budgie. 7 from the disabled team. Beautiful crosses and did well defensively. He definitely looked, you know, back to his old self. Sufal was 6 for me. Lost a couple of balls, although I did like his link-up play with Bowen. A 6, okay. Frankie says 7.3 to be precise. James Bong says 7.5. Budgie says 7.5. Disabled team said good evening. Darren, oh no, they I think they commented straight away, didn't they?
Yeah, he got 7. They said.
Yeah, he looked a lot better today, and so did, you know, all of the players compared to the last outing that we've now thankfully got out of our system. Right, so where is he? Big Craigie Dawson, Davido.
Dawson. Again, I thought we did all right defensively. Apart from that, you know, him going to ground,
For the goal.
Yeah, for the goal. Mind you, that Dennis, he does look a decent player, and he took his goal really well. You'll have to give credit where credit's due. And, you know, even Fabianski in the goal, look where he put the shot. He put it right in the top lens. He was like, he couldn't do anything about it.
Yeah, he couldn't do nothing with that.
Yeah, I felt for Dawson because he tried to anticipate the shot. I thought, if anything, but it's in hindsight, obviously, he probably should have drew the trick out of him, and then he probably would have got a block on the shot. But yeah, apart from that, he did everything else that he would need to do. He played a good shot. I'd give Dawson a 7 as well.
7 out of 10.
Yeah,
I can tell you because I just checked that Sky Sports gave him a 6 out of 10.
Okay.
I'm gonna get to the comments. I'm just trying to see if I can. Right. So let's see what you lot are saying in the chat. Good evening. Sufa is only starting player who hasn't scored yet. Okay, that's how we'll start from here. He's the only starting player who hasn't scored yet. Okay, at least we're getting goals from across. Van Dawson gets a 7 from Budgie. Kieran says 6.5, nearly gave a goal at the end. Big Dawson 7 with all the boos he was getting. Oh yeah, from them. What are you booing him for? Played a beautiful. Yeah, I know, but like played a beautiful. And at the same time, they got Ngakia, and before that, they got Domingos Quina.
Yeah,
they was probably. That means they must rate him. If you're booing him, you must have rated him. Played a beautiful 40-yard ball to the feet and did well defensively. I'm going to say 7. That's from Disabled Team. James Bong says 7.5 for Dawson. Frankie, if you're still here, 699A. 1 minute.
Frankie says 6.5.
6.5 from Frankie. Yeah. That's everybody. Okay. We will go. What a difference a day makes. 24. Who sings that song, people? Right. Issa Diop, Davey. Let me remove your 7. Issa Diop. I'm going to get to the comments in a minute.
Yeah, do you want me to do something this week? I couldn't believe how good he turned out. Yeah.
Okay. Who's that? Dawson.
Dawson, yeah. He's playing in a decent team and got a decent manager, I think. Helps.
I forgot you can do that, yeah. I'm just trying to do something here. What are you saying, Dave, for Diop?
Diop. Same. I'd give him a 7 as well, Diop. Like I was saying earlier, Mark, I think it's sink or swim time for Diop. You know, he's going to get a run of games, obviously, now with the injuries we've had. He's either got to step up or he's going to go. I don't think, you know. At 24, you would hope that he's still got his best years ahead of him. But we need some of the years to be now, and we need some of the performances to be now. And although he's had a few shaky games, I've still got the feeling there's a player in there, a really good player. And yeah, so I'm hoping we'll see that over the next few games or so, and he can convince the team, Moyes and his team, that you know, he wants to be a part of this, or he's good enough rather to be a part of it.
Sorry, I'm trying to set
Luke
record off my phone. Luke's here.
Yeah.
Luke, you can catch up. You know, we've done obviously 3 players before him, so you can catch up. So, David, what would you give Diop for today?
Yeah, a 7.
Oh, we gave him 7, yeah? One second. And then, you can bring up the comments. I'm just going to...
Hammerette says Diop a 6. Okay, and Diop 6 looks a bit poor at times, but tried hard. Yeah, he had a few shaky moments. Disabled Team 7 for Diop. Did the basics well, but he should at his age. Yeah, he's still fairly young for a centre back, though. Is it 24? It's fairly young. Luke. Frankie said a 6. I think 6/7 is not too far wrong on his performance, to be fair.
I'm going to go to Sky while you're doing that. Sky Sports gave him a 6. So Frankie and Sky Sports was on the same page. Budgie 5.5. Oh, my days.
I think Luke asked for me rating, and it's Diop.
Yeah, so Luke, we done obviously Fabianski, Soufal, Dawson, and now we're on to Diop at the minute. What did Kieran give Diop? or he ain't done it yet?
6.
Oh yeah. Was looked a bit poor at times, but he tried hard. Sorry, I've got the comments up now. Luke says Diop 6. Quantified by Watford being toilet. No, they was amazing, Luke. That's how I'm looking at it. We was just too good for them. I thought Dawson was the better centre back though, and James gave Diop a 7 too. I think. Yeah, so Luke, you can, if you want, you can sort of just throw in the other 3 in one go if you want, which was Fabianski, Soufal, and Dawson. So 6s and 7s, which sometimes Diop is at 6s and 7s, isn't he? So yeah, you got between 6s and 7s.
What did this guy give him?
They gave him a 6.
Oh, okay.
Big up Peach. Yes, Titch. Sorry for the overlay. Frankel showed up in it. Frankel. Oh, okay. No worries. Peach, you can catch up as well. We've done the back line minus Johnson, who we're going to get to, so you can do it in one go. You can just put them all in, just so you catch up, basically. Right, so we will go to somebody who is, I don't know, does anyone in the comments again, you can let me know of the injury. Let me just get him up, which is a shame because he looked really good. J. Here he is. Before you rate him, Davey, how do you think he played today?
I think he played all right. You know, I quite like him. He's come in the team. He's shown that he wants to be in the starting midfield. And you know, like with most players, you say the shirt's up for grab. If you're waiting to get in, then when you come in, you have to try and make your shirt your own. So he's come in the team, and whether it be right back, left back, he's shown and produced really good performances. So today I thought it was another one. Played really well, considering it was his second game back from injury.
Yeah, because he didn't play the last game against Southampton.
Oh my days! I mean, I'll give Johnson an 8 today.
8. Like I said, people in the chat, please, someone you lot know, because I don't really like. Does anyone know the status of his injury? And I'm hoping but it don't look good. And Sky Sports gave Johnson a 7, Davey.
Okay.
Go to the comments. Right. Right. So we started from here, and then Luke says, "Nah, Titch, been on the beer. Stick them all down from 8." Okay, but you know, Luke, thank you for joining. Like, yeah, even if you're not like, I respect that, and thank you for you're watching, obviously. Sable team. Wait to see Johnson back in the squad. Looked really good. He got a 7. So, sorry. This skipped one. Let me go here first. Fab 8. This is from Peach. Fab 8. Soufal 7. Diop 7. Dawson 9. Johnson 6. Kieran says 7. Thought he lost the ball a bit, but out of position he done. Out of possession he done well. I think that's what Kieran means. 7. So Johnson got an 8. So she agrees with Davey from Happy Amaret. Big up Wally World in the building. Johnson looked lost on the left side. What do you rate him, Wally? Oops. See this happens. Frankie gave him a 7. Budgie gave him a 7. James gave him a 7.5. So I think it's just Wally. What would you rate him, Wally? And you can do what Pete's done. You can catch up if you want, Wally, and just put all of them in one message. But yeah, also before we move on, does anybody know the status of his injury that can put it in the chat? You don't know, do you, Davey? Oh, Wally gave me 6.
No, I don't know off the top of my head. Wally said 6 for Johnson.
Yeah. Yeah, I thought he'd done alright today, man.
Yeah.
But we always say it. Football's about opinions. I thought he'd done alright. Okay, let's go to. We will go to. Where is he? Our captain, our loyal servant. Yeah. And before David goes, I will openly say, listen, I weren't expecting much from Noble. I didn't really want to see him in the starting lineup because I'm thinking surely we must have better players, and it also must show that Moyes does not rate Alex Crowd. But to his credit, he done well today. So, but yeah, Davey, his performance before the rating.
performance, he performs really well. I said at the top of the show that he brings a lot of calmness and obviously experience to the team. And you could see why, I was thinking today after the game, after today's performance, and the times we've seen him, he's come on the pitch and played when we've needed him. And I was thinking, it wouldn't surprise me if they gave him enough year.
Someone else said that,
Yeah,
not today. Someone has said that.
Even if he just plays 10 games or 8 games, whatever it may be, I just think he's such an important player for the team and to have around the team that, they need to try and keep him around in some capacity. So, I would give him an 8 as well for today's performance.
8 for Noble. There we go. So 8 out of 10 for Marc Noble. Before we move on, and before I get to the comments, what I would say is what you don't want is, he is a legend at the club, obviously. What you don't want is people going out and, on a sour note, as in like, geez. So, if he's putting in performances like that, then, at least when you do stop playing, it wasn't like, damn, he was shit when you understand, like his last season, he was just shit and that. So, and that's what you don't want. So, I think he knows that as well, man. He wants to keep up that legacy. So, credit to him for today, definitely. Let's go to right here, I think. Right, yeah. Johnson didn't miss timed any and gave away. John didn't miss timed and gave away a goal. I think Peach gave him a 6. Noble got an 8, same as you, Davey. Before I carry on, you lot, let me see what Sky gave him. Sky gave Noble a 7. Right, one sec. Disabled team, 8 for Noble. Thought he was brill, solid and dependable. Scored a goal as well, actually.
Yeah, scored a penalty.
Crucial goal as well to make it, 3-1. So
make it 3-1, killed the game.
Sent the keeper the wrong way. Noble gets a 7 from Wally World. Yes, disabled team. Budgie says Noble earned himself a valiant 9 today. I forgot. No, I didn't forget about the goal, but as we're doing this, I kind of like, oh yeah, he scored as well. 7.7 from Frankie Boy. Kieran, the game suited Noble and he was class at times. 8. I was waiting to see a 6 or something. See, me and Kieran are eating a bit of humble pie, but gladly. It tastes good. Happy Amaret, Mrs. Lanzini gave Noble a 8.5. Budgie and Peach says slow down, Budgie. Peach, our brother, hope you're well, our friend. Budgie, okay, sorry. We've got a couple more. And James, Noble 9, shut up a few. He shut me up. He shut me and Kieran up. Yeah, he definitely did. And, I would gladly be shut up. I would much rather that than coming on camera saying, see, that's what I know. Yeah, so trust me, I'd much rather that. Because if I was saying that means we probably would have lost again. Right, Peach says, meant to say Johnson mistimed his tackle, and gave away a goal. The goal. Was it him, yeah? I know Dawson was doing Dawson missed the drop and open up the opportunity. I mean, Martin, the one thing I've noticed about Noble that a lot of other players, even the Ben Ramas and sometimes 4-0, is that he never shirks, he never hides. He always shows the ball and he always receives it. And I think that today was one of the ones you saw. The game may well have suited him. I agree with that comment, but he did put in a performance. Frankie says, cut me a piece of that pie as well. See what I'm saying? There's nothing wrong with eating that pie. Disabled team, you're West Ham fans. You're allowed to be critical of your players. Yeah, it's true. Okay, right. So, well done, Noble. Let's go to... Let me get rid of your rating, Davido. Let's go to...
Big check.
Super check. Thomas Super check.
Yeah, he played well, didn't he? And got an important equaliser. Was it the first goal? Yes. It's funny because we said, and I've seen comments, I've read a few blogs and seen comments about how by playing Rice or giving Rice more freedom, rather, is stifling his game, his natural game of getting forward. And they reckon, I don't know if it's Moyes telling him to sit a little bit more and give Rice a bit more freedom. But today we saw that they've got to take the shackles off this guy, haven't they? Because he put in a really good performance. He's got goals in him, as we know. I gave him same as Noble an 8. You know, yeah, I gave him an 8 as well. He was really good today and took his goal really well. The keeper didn't even move, did he?
Took it early as well, and that's what kept the keeper flat-footed.
Yeah.
I know that Sky agreed with you. They gave him an 8 as well because I do know their rating. So before I get to the comments, I would say I did put it in Charlie Walsh's watch-along comments that, and this was, I don't know, at 1-1 that or 2-1 whatever. I said Souček has been immense today. Like, you know, winning defensive headers, winning midfield battles with his, you know, whether it's on the deck or with his head. He scored a crucial goal for us, and like I said, I feel that him taking that early caught the keeper very much unawares and flat-footed. He probably weren't expecting him to shoot first time like that.
Yeah, possibly. Yeah.
So it was a smart goal. It looks simple, but for me, I thought, you know what, that's very smart the way he done that, and that's why the keeper kind of didn't even move. And it was good to see him back today. And just going before we move on to the comments, was that a foul worthy enough to bring it back, Davey? Was that foul worthy?
I thought that should have been given as a goal. You know, such a soft free kick, and you cancel out the goal for it. And the thing about it, the referee saw the play. It's not to say
exactly, yeah. Nonsense. But we got the penalty not long after that, so
yeah.
In theory, we wouldn't have.
Like how VAR should have been, how VAR should be used rather, and the goal that they chalked off from us is how VAR shouldn't be used.
Exactly, you know? Going all the way back there for a minor foul or whatever it may be.
I don't think they should have chalked off the goal.
I don't get how they can go that far back for something like that. It wasn't like reckless. It was nothing, man. But you know, right, comments. Let me go. Do. Good point. 1 minute. Okay, right. So, good point. Okay, starting from here. This is where. Good point, Davey. He was always showing for the ball. That's talking about Noble.
Yeah.
Need to get Davey and Kieran on the same stream. Started from Johnson on the left before Dawson slipped on the grass titch. Yeah. Okay, right. Yeah, because I just remember Dawson proposing to Emmanuel Dennis, getting down on one knee and all that. Souček got a 9 from Budgie, and you know, I wouldn't disagree with that. I think he was really good today.
Yeah, he played really well.
Souček was the old Souček we saw last season, 7.5. Kieran, Souček looked like he was unleashed. He got an 8, and that's what I'm saying, man. Now, you know, this is Moyes has got to take from this the positive things, and Souček gets an 8 from Wally. I said yesterday, because of Rice, he can't go forward because Rice is doing that this season. Yeah, you did, and you know that's what Noble he knows. Listen, Noble will say, "I sit here, you go," and it worked. Potato salad from James Bond gets a 9. Frankie. Souček gets a 9. I'm loving to see, you know, Souček getting the love. He's earned that potato salad. Great point. Table team. Oh, Epic's in the house. Good evening. I'm sorry, guys. I'm not feeling great. I've got to try to see a word as of. Yeah, I hope you feel better, and thank you for tuning in. Happy. Epic. Big up Epic, and Epic gave Souček a 10. Peach says, Titch, Frankie Boy emailed another audio clip from Charlie Boy. If you have time, a video of the West Ham random, it would mean a lot, man. Yeah, I got it, Peach. I did get that. Yeah, you know what? Let me just say, because obviously Davey don't know. Charlie Boy is Frankie's brother, Davey, and you know he's had to go away for a little while. We spoke about him at the start of this stream. Yeah, so you know he's inside his Christmas and all that. But you know I heard a voice note today. He's in good spirits, like really good spirits actually. So for everybody that's tuned in, CB Charlie Boy is doing good. Like I can hear in his voice that he's doing good as can be. So he's all good. You know he's happy that we won, and he was also happy that Vlasic has scored, and he said he hopes that sort of gets certain people off his back. And I was never one of them. I said, look, you got to give this guy time. So yeah, so Frankie Boy is good, everybody. Like really good. No, Charlie Boy. Sorry, Frankie Boy is his brother. Sorry. That was never a clear and obvious error. Exactly. And the fact that they pulled that all the way back, Kieran, like, joke. Feeling better, happy. Souček gets a 9 from Peach. I hope you feel better soon, happy. 1 second. Epic says, I hope Moyes tells Declan no more going forward. You're defending now, boy.
And you know what, Martin? That's a good point, because you think if he was to get a move away from West Ham and go to one of the so-called, do you know what I mean, so-called bigger clubs, he wouldn't be able to do that. They're going to buy him as a holding player. So he would have to stay in his position, yeah.
And the thing is, you know, everything, hindsight and all that is a wonderful thing. But, you know, Declan Rice is a fantastic defender, right? Souček is better at those late runs and you know, getting onto the balls in the box. So we have to play to the strengths of those two as a partnership. And this season, we haven't really been doing that so much so.
And Martin,
you know,
he's running stats. He finished top last season, and he's already top
this
season.
That's what I'm saying.
Yeah, it goes to show he gets around the pitch.
Yeah, and I just think it's potentially he's being stifled, and that's what I said. Moyes is now must look at today's game and say, you know what, let's try and just tweak it a little bit. You understand? And let's get Souček in the box, man, as often as possible, because you know once he's broken down, he gets back in his position anyway. So he's everywhere. That's why he's Souček.
Moyes trying to get Rice to sign a new contract. I think he's worried about that, isn't he? So,
trying to let him do what he wants to do.
Yeah, that's what I think. I think he's got a decision to make now. You know, Rice, we don't want to lose Rice, but you know, is it time to say, well, look, cash in on him and let's build a team around what we have, or you know, because we know that one player doesn't make a team, no matter how good he is. You know, and so I don't know. I personally would like to see Rice stay, but if we can get ridiculous money for him, it's going to help the club, isn't it?
Yeah. But yeah, it's, you know, I was fearing the worst without Rice, and after that Southampton game. So the team needs massive credit for today. Thank you, brother Wally. Well, Darren said the same this morning. Definitely going to make an emergency doctor's appointment tomorrow morning. Oh, I hope everything's alright, disabled team, health-wise. With no Rice, he go forward a bit more. Yeah, he does. And, you know, let's try and use today as you know, motivation to change up the tactics a bit. He got, hope you're okay. Budgie says, take care, happy. Block that Vor comment. Can you see it, Davey? Oh, Dave, you done it already, yeah?
I already done it, yeah. I already done it.
Table team, me making 2 good points in a day is a worry. I must. Oh, that's it. Sorry. See, I'm just. Okay, cash in. Ooh. Cash in. Listen, one thing I would say is if and when we sell Rice, we better get top dollar for him. You understand? Like where we know, listen, potentially 3 players come in and it softens the blow of losing him. Not make sure that's reinvested, but we do get top dollar for him. And you know what would work for me is if somehow we could get top dollar and a player from the club that we sell him to, that a player that's, you know, good enough to get in our team like as well. That would be good. Right, let's David. Now I'll leave this to you. We leave Antonio to last, but which one of the front 3 do you want to go to? Oh, big up Max. Ben Rama on the score sheet again.
Here you go. I was just about to say him.
All right, let me
Ben
get him up. Brand Ben Rama once. Oh, there he is. Okay, let me get rid of this. Thoughts?
I thought the front 3 played really well today, didn't they? Ben Rama seemed a live wire today. Hit the crossbar with 1 shot. Then he got his goal. Oh yeah, I know he got a bit of a deflection, but it was a shot on target. And he looked a threat, didn't he, going forward? So yeah, he played really well today, and I gave him an 8. I gave him 8 out of 10.
And Sky Sports also gave him an 8.
Okay.
So I don't know if you've been in cahoots with them and talking about this. Right, so they gave him an 8, and before everybody else, you know, gives their opinion, you know, I know Kieran's of the same opinion that, you know, he has the ability and potential to be a really good player, but what we've seen in Moyes' tactics it hasn't worked for him. And also, there is times where Ben Rama can do more. Like now, you've got the ball at your feet. Forget what Moyes is saying about just run. You've got the ball at your feet. So now that technical, you understand your natural ability. I said in Charlie Walsh's comments, we was losing. Obviously, he hit the bar. Said, great strike from him. It was a great strike. I think he had a good game. I'm not gonna, get too excited, but I think he definitely had a good game. And he's got another goal. Was his goal the first goal?
No, Souček scored the first. He scored the second.
Second goal, right? So,
wasn't it? Yeah.
Yeah. And I know it took a deflection, but I'm saying his goal put us in the lead, and we never gave up that lead. So, yeah, I don't want to be negative, and I would say is what we saw today from Ben Rama should be the bare minimum we see from him every game. That should be the minimum standard for a player that we know he's a natural baller. And when we see a lot of below par performances, that's the frustrating thing. So, if you put someone like, I don't want to, all right, sorry, Wally, but if you put like Ryan Fredericks on the wing, we know what to expect from him. It's going to be pace, he's going to trap back and all that. That's who he is. We're not going to expect like the step overs and the 25-yard shots. But from Ben Rama, that's, we need to see that skill and all that. So, I'm glad he had a good game. It was needed, and let's just hope that he can, add some consistency to his game. Right, big up Hammerhead. I can see you in the building. Let me go. Okay, you put up already, didn't you? All right. Let me go. Sorry, Davey. Let me go. Did you put all of them up or no?
No, just that one because he just come in. I think.
Sorry. Right. Tableton said, what would be a realistic amount for Rice? 150 mil. I don't think we would get that. I think 100 mil. As long as
I would take 100 mil.
Yeah,
I mean, I know it's probably more, but his contract's running down. I'd take 100 mil.
Yeah, I think 100 is realistic in these times, or this day and age. Wally World gave Ben Rama 7. Disabled team. Benny played well. I have to say 9. I only hope Moyes doesn't hold him back again. So, yeah, we looked unleashed today as a team. Benny 8 for the first half and 7 for the second half. So Kieran's going to give him a 7.5. Is that right, Kieran? Max Arsenal TV says, doubt you'd get 150 for it. No, he's Leeds. Even with the English tax, I doubt you'd get more than 100 mil in the current market. Yeah, I think 100 mil is realistic, but I have seen 120 banded about. Big up people, big win, big up Hammerhead. And yeah, massive win. Benny gets an 8 from Budgie. Frankie 8. First shot was a piss miss. Man, I thought the keeper saved it at first as well, but it just hit the bar, innit?
Yeah, it just hit the bar. Yeah,
I agree, but would West Ham consider taking? Oh, see, that's what he's saying. Do you think we'd take 100 mil for him? Remember Moyes said that offers got off the table.
Yeah, Moyes. I think Moyes is trying to be clever there. He said, it was 100 mil. Now the price has gone up, and I understand that. Yeah, because if you say 100 mil, nobody takes it, then and he's playing as good or better than he has been, and obviously the price is going to go up, isn't it? So yeah, I think there'll be a few clubs into him, so we could possibly get up more than 100 mil for him.
James Bond says 7.5. Can I just say, this says there's 17 people watching, and I never really say this, but can you hit the like button, please? Just boom, just hit that like button, please. Hammerhead says 125 mil for Rice is realistic. It is. Like I said, Grealish went for 100. I feel that Rice's age and what he brings to a team.
Yeah,
he is. I don't know whether we would get that. Yeah, exactly. So, sorry, man, I've scrolled way too far up. Peach says Benrahma 7. Sorry, if you see me blinking, I'm tired, man. I think just keep looking at the bloody phone screen. Benrahma. Oh, okay. You heard my song, Davey?
For Benrahma.
It's Benrahma, Bowen, Antonio. It's quite old.
No, I don't think I have I?
Nah. Benrahma. Dun 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 dun. Oh, Jared Bowen. Dun 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 dun. Michael Antonio. Are your hammies still good to go? Anyway, the last bit was Kieran. Kieran commented with the last bit of that song. There's no way they'd be singing that in the ground because A lot of these West Ham fan channels don't mess with us, and we're cool with that. I'm beating this traffic this morning, then a 5-day holiday. Good. Happy holiday, Darren, from Kieran. Piss missile, I thought like poor Benny Blanco. Hey, Hammerhead. 1 second. Did you lot rate? Has everybody given their ratings for Ben Rama? Yeah, they have.
Yeah.
Tylen Paul, big up Tylen Paul. Chelsea fan, and he's got a good channel. You lot check out Tylen Paul. That's the name of his channel. He does food reviews around Thailand, and he does. The camera is not static. 1 minute he's just about to do that, and then the camera's from this side. It's good. It's good camera work. Check him out, please. Tylen Paul on YouTube. Spread the love. I'm not getting notifications, mate. Oh man. 11 likes now. Thank you, Max. Benny gets an 8 from Hammerhead. And Disabled Team says, hi Tylen Paul, how are you, our friend? Hey, Kieran from Hammerhead. And Kieran says, g'day Paul. Right, so Davey, where are we going to go next? Which player next?
Let's go Bowen.
Jared Bowen. Here he goes. There's the boy who should have had a goal. But VAR and all that. I think I know what you're going to give him.
He scored the third.
No, it didn't count. It didn't count. Remember, they wiped it off. That's what I'm saying. Joke.
Oh, yes. That was the goal they wiped off.
I think I know what you're going to give him, but let me check how many assists did he get?
He was my man of the match today. He played really well. I'll give him a 9. I agree with
Ooh, I thought you were going to say 8. Okay.
Yeah.
So you give him a 9, yeah?
I'll give Bowen a 9. He was, and even for that, the fourth goal that he laid on a plate for Vlasic, that shows him up. That shows what he's all about, He runs his heart out for the team. He puts himself about. He backtracks. The amount of minutes he gets, I'm surprised. His running stats must be fairly high as well. But yeah, in that final third is obviously what he does best. And yeah, I've seen like Liverpool touting to try and get hold of him. We just cannot sell these kind of players.
No chance.
No, if we're building, it would be crazy to. So he was my man of the match. I gave him a 9 today. Really good. I
would say Sky gave him a 8 out of 10. Let me go here. What they said in the comments, Davey. Go up to where we finished off, if you can. Which was Peach. Peach's was the last one, I think. I can get them up as well.
Yeah,
and then scroll.
Here you go. Roy says Bowen a 9.
Okay. Yes, Roy. Big up, Roy.
Yeah. Amared says Bowen was outstanding. Shame he didn't get a goal, but a 9. I agree. He was really outstanding. Really good team.
I don't get them either. Oh, they're talking about notifications.
Yeah, notifications, I think. Darren's here. Darren's here. Morning, Paul.
Yeah.
Darren already.
Yeah, he came.
Hammerhead 10. If the goal
counted.
Yeah.
Yeah. He done well today, man.
It should have counted. We discussed that already, Hammerhead. Yeah, we thought it was a genuine goal. Bowen's on fire. Yeah, I agree with that. He is a 10. Yeah, I think, if he had got a 10, a goal, but yeah, I would have given him a 10. Similar to what Hammerhead said. That was Budgie. Hammerhead, 2 assists, yeah. He played really well, didn't he?
I can see Kieran's comment.
8 for Bowen.
Did as well as Benny? Nah, he done better. I feel he done
better. Yeah, he done better than Benny, I would say, as well.
In my opinion. Kieran's made a good point, actually. Very good point. Bowen just gets better and better. 2 assists and 1 the penalty. Yeah. And that's the thing. If Kieran gives a 9, then, like I said, he's not really, he don't willy-nilly. So, and, the goal should have stood. So he could have added, everything to his game. He won the penalty. He got 2 assists.
Even for winning that penalty, man, he's Titch. He showed good anticipation, didn't he? And obviously we know he's quick, and he just got in front of the keeper, got the touch, and brought him down.
Clever. He knew he weren't getting the ball, but he knew that the keeper was going to get him. James 8 from James Bong. What did Hamid say? Bowen showed quick feet today to get away from trouble. Yeah, he did. You know what? I've noticed today more so, like almost that Messi type quick feet.
Yeah.
I'm not being deluded. I'm just saying, like, wow, okay. Bowen showed quick feet to get away from trouble. His dribbling talent is something I've never seen. See, I didn't even read the rest of your comment. It's true. I noticed that today. It's like when he scored a goal the other day when Vlasic shot and it came to him. I said, oh, Messi, yes. But today there was a different quick feet from the left, and then boom, he plays it into the middle. And yeah, Hamed, same page as you. Today I was like, wow, this guy's like, he's dribbling and he's looking like a lot quicker, which wasn't really in his repertoire, I don't think, or I never saw it. Frankie, not his fault. Goal didn't stand, so I give him a 9.5. Plus, he ran his nuts off. Can't argue with the 9.5. I
agree. Yeah, he ran. He did run his nuts off.
Wally says Bowen a 10, and Hammerhead winning the penalty should
do it really.
And disabled team, what do they say? Fair points, guys. I just thought Benny should what? No, listen. Everybody's entitled to their opinion, and Ben Rama definitely had a good game today.
Yeah,
definitely did. And I think it might be disabled team where Ben Rama is generally not great. For you, he's like, wow, he stood out, and yeah. But Jared Bowen is just working hard for the team as well as the quality. And I did say that before. I said, listen, if you're Ben Rama and your manager's saying, look, I need the hard work as well. There's nothing wrong with that, but it can't just be hard work. And Bowen epitomizes that. He does a lot offensively and he does a lot defensively. So you can combine the two, providing the instructions are right. Benny shot to hit the crossbar. Yeah, that was a banger. Oh, sorry, Davey. Did I tell you? No. Right, Sky gave Ben Rama. No, it's Bowen. Sorry, Sky gave Bowen 8.
Okay.
I
think. Oh no, it wasn't on Sky. What was it on?
It was on Amazon.
Amazon. Yeah, I think they gave him man of the match on Amazon.
Yeah, they did.
Yeah.
Okay, right. So we are gonna go to Mr. Hammerette, Manuel Lanzini. Let me remove, or you can. I'll do it. Wally's. Oh, you've done it already. Let me get rid of it. So, David, this is in the banners, the score thing. We just do that. What are you saying for Manuel Lanzini, people?
Manzini, I gave him an 8.
You called him Manzini, okay. You know that, don't you?
Yeah.
You just called him Manzini.
Lanzini, sorry. Lanzini. He did okay today. He's another player that we should, or I should say, he should show more for the team. I know his opportunities have been fairly limited, but yeah, we know that he's a good player. Another good technical player. So yeah, did all right today. I'm trying to remember any specific things that he done, but no, he linked the play well. And he's another player that when we play with Ben Rama, Bowen, Lanzini, that we have, yeah, we should be really good in the final third. So I gave him an 8 today.
8, yeah?
Yeah, 8 out of
10. Sky gave him a 7. And what is the comments? What are they saying? From Manuel. Budgie 8.5. Yeah.
Wally 7. Roy, you ran the show today. Yeah, I wouldn't go too far with that. Played really well, and I think Moyes have played him deep a few times, hasn't he? So I think that's helped his game. But yeah, we know he's a quality player. So Lanzini, Pete give him a 9. Hammerhead. That's a good question.
What did he say? Does Rice and Pablo walk back into the team now?
Yeah, 4 hours walk back into the team now after today. Crowd also looking bright. No, I don't think they should, personally. But
Palace away.
You'll play Rice because when is our next game? Who's our next game against?
Palace in a couple of days.
Yeah, that's on
away.
It's in USA, isn't it? Yeah.
Yeah, I think so.
3 days away or something like that. 3 or 4 days away.
So what would you say to that question?
No, I think Rice will come back in. Just because Nobes, I think, played well enough, but against Palace,
yeah, you have to bring Rice back in.
Yeah, because you've got Gallagher and them; they're just going to run off him. So yeah, I think he'll bring back in Rice. But for now, no, probably won't come straight back in.
He's got COVID apparently, anyways. So I don't think he will be available. I think that's why he weren't there today. Okay, what's the scoring for Lanzini? Lanzini 8-9 if he gave Hammerhead some sexy time. 7.5. Lanzini best he's played in the last couple of games from disabled team.
That's a fair comment.
Kieran 8 showed his class and combined midfield to attack. Really good game. Kieran's in a good mood today. G'day. Frankie boy gave him a 7.
Yeah.
Love how Lanzini comes deep, picks up the ball and dictates the play brilliantly from the duel.
Yeah,
he's got it in him, man. And you know, it's about finding the right role for him to play in the team, and it is picking it up. No way, Liverpool
I was
one
mention this earlier. Yeah, I watched the game. Liverpool should have beaten, but yeah, they lost 1-0.
Salah had a penalty saved and then headed the rebound over
against the bar.
and
against
the
shot.
Open goal.
Yeah. But that's why I think we could possibly still get something out of the season because there's so many twists and turns to come.
James gave Lanzini 8.
Yeah.
The big club's giving us a chance to catch them. Let's not miss it.
Yeah, true.
Boy.
That's a fair comment, Hammerhead. Yeah. And then we had Tottenham drawing, and they played Southampton with 10 men for a whole 45 minutes. Well,
and some.
So it's just the big man up front.
Okay. Oh, sorry, you've caught up. Oh,
yeah, that's it. That's
not caught up. Yeah. All right. Okay, let's remove that. And now, you know, he scored on his return last week, and then he got a start today. Michail Antonio.
Michail Antonio, he did all right today, Mark. He was a lot better in possession, a lot better with strength because they were just fouling him.
Exactly.
Yeah, they gave away a foul against him, and the guy pushed him.
I know.
Yeah, and the referee just gave the foul against him, and he was saying, joke. Yeah, and he got the assist. Was it Ben Rama goal? He did the assist too.
Yes,
he should have scored.
Yeah,
he should have scored. He had a chance that he would have. On another day, probably swallowed up. Yeah, but yeah. Well, I gave him an 8. I'll give him an 8. You know?
8, yeah.
Yeah.
8. Right. What did Wally say?
Wally said Antonio 6. Where is it? Antonio 6. Their right back. The right centre back was really getting to him. Yeah, he was roughing him up a bit and trying to.
Being allowed to as well.
Yeah.
Is that your belly?
Yeah, did you hear that?
Yes, I could hear it. Everybody could hear it. It went brrr, brrr, and then it came back again. It was like brrr. Just a little remind. Improving, but still not great. 7. Yeah, you know, I haven't rated him on that thing, but I think I would give him a 7. What did you give him, Dave? I think I give him a 7.
8. Yeah, I gave him.
Oh, you gave him an 8.
Yeah.
Antonio 8, but he's like a spare in bowling. His next throw is just as important. His next throw, you know. Yeah, Luke. That's from Luke. Gave him 8. Antonio was 8.5 from Budgie.
Roy
7.5. Woo. Referees in England are just getting worse and worse. Why can't the just get a new set of rules? Yeah, that some of the decisions, man. And there was another one where he tried to pull Antonio. When Antonio was ready to make a run in behind, yeah, Antonio's then afterwards sort of thrown him down. But the initial foul was him. They got a free kick. Then where he pushed Antonio into the guy, and then they got a dangerous free kick, and they nearly scored from it as well, or nearly got something on target. And these are the little details that can change the outcome of a game. So I don't know what these referees are doing. What else? Any more? 7.5 disabled team. That's because Watford were dirty gits. Any more, David? Was that where did you get these refs? Oh, Laters have to make a bodega run. Antonio 7 and Vlasic 7 as well. Thanks for tuning in, Frankie, and thank you for sending the message earlier as well. So Charlie, we're all thinking about him. Right, Kieran, Antonio 7 didn't help him by getting rugby tackles every 5 minutes. Yeah, like, and the fact that, you know, nothing was stopped. The referees or officials didn't nip that in the bud. Antonio Workhorse, as per usual, gets an 8, same as you, Davey, from James. And
I'll take that on my head. And yeah, because Palace is like a bit of our bogey team, aren't they? They always get something against us, man. Yeah.
Hat-trick. Boy. Can't see it, but I'd love it. Right, so the subs were quite late, so it'll be hard to call it. Let me just go with...
Boys just said Bowen is like a Duracell battery of match of the day. I'm going to watch it after, actually. I'm going to definitely watch it after. And that's not a bad comment. He just keeps going, man. I see him make some runs up the pitch, and then we lose possession, and he just steams back, Martin. I'm thinking, geez,
he's strong. He's a strong boy as well.
Yeah, this guy, you have to give him credit, man. Runs, put his heart and everything into it.
I don't get why VAR is just not. They could easily make VAR ex-pros. All right, keep the referees as, referees rather than ex-pros, but they could easily make VAR ex-pros.
Yeah.
Because I don't think they'd give that as a foul. Luke Legend, refs from abroad, of course. Even refs from the second division in other countries would probably do better than ours. Right, let me go here. And then, is there any more comments before we get to Arthur Masuaku? Sitting here watching your stream in my 95 home shirt. Oh, the Centenary one with the bubbles. No comparison. 95. It's nice. Big up Hammerhead. He's young as well, He's only like 24 or something, Davey. 25. 24. Okay. He's 24. But he comes across like a old head. No chance, ATV, no chance.
They jumped ahead of us, Budgie.
Oh, okay, sorry. All right, nice one, Budgie. Yeah, after Masaku, Davey. Oh.
He didn't have much minutes on the pitch, did he? But I mean, I thought
he came on 82.
He had a good performance. I'd give him a 7.
Sky gave Antonio 7, by the way. And you know what? Arthur Masuaku made a great tackle stroke. He nicked it off the player on literally the edge of our box, and it set up an attack for us. And he hadn't been on the pitch long, and we know he's not the best defensively, but yeah, he nicked it off the guy in a very dangerous position. So you had to time that, because one little touch and it's potentially a penalty or a free kick outside the box. 24. I remembered because he's like the year below Darwin. What else? Who we got, Davey? So Budgie said 7. For 1. Hammerhead don't rate him. Nah, you're trolling Hammerhead. You don't like him. He never looks happy either. That's what pisses me off the most. That's why I gave him 1 for that tackle. Yeah, players stop being a bunch of knobs. I would make it a booking if you touch a ref. 6 for Masuaku. 6 for Masuaku. Which is, he didn't play
he's been a late
15 minutes. About 15, because he came on with 8 to go. Yeah. 13 minutes. About 13 minutes. 7 for Masuaku. I never known a player split a fan base as much.
Yeah.
Listen, I don't know if that's why I love him so much, because I root for the underdog, but not as a left back, but I like him though. Roy gave him a 5.5.
That's it, we're caught up.
Oh, that's it, yeah?
Yeah.
Okay, right, so the next one. I'll tell you what Sky gave him. They just put not applicable for any of the subs. Right, so on 85 minutes, this guy came on for Ben Rama. So that means he got about 10 minutes and got on the score sheet at last in a West Ham shirt. Nikola Vlasic.
Yeah, I mean, obviously he's in the right place at the right time. Did okay. He's a strong player. I'm happy that he got the goal. Really happy for him. Because I think that will help him settle. And we have yet to see the best of him. So hopefully we'll see more of him. Sorry, Kieran said 6.5
for Vlasic. Or is that for... yeah, that's Vlasic.
Just Vlasic or Masuaku.
Oh, yeah. Davey, before you give your rating, do you foresee that in what you've seen so far of Vlasic, can he do a Pablo Fornells and start, not the best, but, grow into a key player for West Ham? Can you see that happening with him?
Martin, I think in time, if we give him, I think he just needs a little bit longer to settle. it's a difficult balance, isn't it? It's like he needs time to settle, but he also needs minutes. And the best way for him to settle is to be playing in the team. Now, all right, he played a few European games, cup games, etc. But he can't put him in if he's not producing the goods. So it's that balancing act, isn't it? We've got to let him settle, but use him. But at the same time, you can't put him in if he's not putting in the performances. So especially we've got players like Benrahma and Fornells who, apart from the last few games, are playing really well. Bowen, are playing really well. So yeah, I think he will come good personally, and I from what I've seen of him as well.
All right, we'll get back to Hamed's comment in a minute. But what would you? I know he had 10 minutes. Obviously scored a goal. What would you rate him?
What did I give? I think 7. It's hard to give him anything higher than 7. To be fair, I mean, I'll give him for the goal. I'll give him a 7 as well. Yeah.
Sorry.
7 out of 10.
We'll get to the commentary. Look, right, gave him a 7. Right, let's get back to. I think Hamed was the last one, and then we'll go down. Let me scroll. Hamed's. Where is it? No chance.
That one.
Are you on it? No. Hammerhead said. Oh no.
Oh, sorry, missed this one.
Yeah, that one. Yeah, Mickey. Right. Mickey looked so aggy today. Thought he'd punched the defender or the ref. Thought it many times today. He gets so angry, yet he can't channel it. I would have to somewhat agree with that. That he can't channel it to motivate him to
into his game,
and then tell those same players what's the score, mate. Yeah, like he wants to. I don't know, get into it with them rather than like, all right, let me just focus. Do you understand? Let me channel that. Keep getting at those players because clearly they see you as a threat and that's what they do want to do. And so you just got to let your football do the talking. So yeah, he could have channeled it and potentially caused them problems more so. Vlasic 7.5 from Hammerhead. I hope he, I really hope he comes good, man, because I know he's got doubters and I'm never ever going to write off a player after 5 months or whatever. So not once have I said that. Yes, you get a bit worried because of maybe the amount we've spent and whatnot, and we need him to come good basically. But I've never once said bad buy or whatever. The problem, okay, Arsenal. I can assure you that the problem of the refs is only in England. The problem of footballers diving is everywhere in the world, and nothing can be done about that. So Luke and Max is having a little debate. Good to see Vlasic on the score sheet. Let's hope he kicks on from here. He gets a 7 from disabled team. Hammerhead, imagine if he missed though. Oh, what that goal!
He'd have to
if you look,
scuff it, wouldn't he?
You got to see Salah's one. I think Salah today tried to jump too early, and then his header, he couldn't. Yeah. Nah, he should have just waited. I think it's because he knew people were going to be coming in behind him. He panicked. Vlasic's a new Gabriel Batistuta. He gets a 7. I wish. All of the subs 10. Clean sheet from James.
Batistuta was a bad boy baller, man.
Yeah. Lost the ball 3 times and tapped 1 in. Got a 6 from Kieran. Kieran's bringing us all back down to. But 6, yeah. Is he definitely getting better game by game from Roy? 6.5. Vlasic celebrations today showed he's also starting to understand West Ham and the fans. So let's hope it keeps improving. We need it for when we lose Benny. Exactly. We need this guy. That's what I'm saying. I'm out, mate. Don't need a ref then. He's not out of here, are you, Luke? Right. So the last one is there's no point. It's Alex Crowell, but it's an interesting thing that. He came on as a time wasting substitution. He hasn't started in the Premier League. I don't even know if he's.
That was his first minutes. I think.
First minutes in the Premier League.
Yeah, I saw him. I saw his tweet, and that's what he put. He put that was his first minutes in the Premier League. That's crazy, isn't it?
Yeah, first minutes, and it was just a time waste basically. Yeah. Wally is funny. Wally says Fredericks looked very sharp on the bench. 10 out of 10. Wally, remember, 24 shirt is yours, my friend. Ahmed, Corral looked bright. 6. Yeah, that was a no minutes, boy. So yeah, that obviously concludes the player rating show, and thank you lot for your input. Kieran, do you want to come on quickly? I'll remove. Yeah, Kieran, do you want to come on just so we can hear your thoughts? If so, I'll send you the link. Just, we do like maybe... David, you got 10 minutes in it?
Yeah.
Let me send it to Kieran quick. I want to hear what Kieran's thought of the game, because Kieran came on last game after the bloody Southampton game. He came on at half-time and then after. So yeah, it'd be good to see.
Who's that?
Oh, that's Cam. That's Scouse Hammer.
Okay.
What did he say? Oh, yeah, and you want to come on, Cam?
Forward to the Cams. Boys.
Let's get Cams on. Sorry. Paste to that. Do we speak about the Palace game, or will we just focus on this game? As it was I think we stay on this game, innit, for today.
Yeah.
Crowd look good. Okay.
I would be energetic
for Marc.
Yeah.
Thank you, Roy.
Crow was one of the ones. I think he contracted COVID, didn't he? So yeah, I don't know if it affected him somehow, and yeah, that's why he hasn't been playing. But
all right, listen. Sorry, Davey. Let's all come on. Listen, we're going to put the link in the chat. Which, 1 second, and we'll have a little discussion. 1 second, Luke. Let me copy that. Control. Let's open it up. Awesome. Wally, jump in, please. Right, let me. Right, what does Cam say? Move Moyes. Oh, sorry, Moyes. Yeah, let's go to Moyes. Sorry. Somebody's reminding me. I think it was James. And see you later, Roy. I think Roy might have gone. Brand. Let's go to. There he is. David Moyes. Davey.
Moyes seemed to get it right today, innit? Selection. We had Ben Rama and Bowen, who played quite a lot of minutes in a couple of days ago, and I think Noble mentioned that in his interview after, and they were again really good today. So it was good to see. I'll give him an 8. The team performed well. Went a goal behind, didn't panic. Even when we went a goal behind, I thought we were doing fairly well. Just gave a sloppy goal away, which we tend to be doing. But yeah, Moyes 8. I'll give him 8 out of 10.
Okay, right. So we will ask Luke. Thank you for joining, Luke. Davey, this is Luke.
Hello, boys.
How you doing, Luke?
Yeah, I'm all right. I'm better today than I was 48 hours ago.
Oh, Kieran's as well. Thank you for joining. Luke, what would you give David Moyes today as a rating? And maybe elaborate as to, how today's game went. Kieran, Geezer.
How you doing, Kieran? And Luke.
Good night, Davey. How are you, brother?
Yeah, good, thanks.
Hello, mate.
Lukey.
Hello, Kieran. Moyes, I would say, picked the correct team. And then, let's be honest, they performed well, and he didn't have to make a tactical substitution so much as a fatigue substitution. And I was on with Peach earlier, and I have to say, Watford really weren't very good.
Yeah.
Now, that's not to say that I think Southampton weren't as good as us, but we didn't perform, whereas we did perform tonight and made Watford look like the team they were. So I think Moyes is a 7, maybe an 8. He picked the right team, the correct team, but he didn't have to make it. He didn't have to make a substitution to change the game, because I'll be brutally honest with you, I really do think Watford were poor.
Has someone got YouTube on in the background, maybe? Right, before Kieran, let me just get to the comments, you lot, so we don't. Hi, brother Cam says, and ref. Okay, yeah. Also, yes, Roy. Thanks, sir. We'll do the ref after Kieran's done his, and you lot have done that. Then we will go to the refs' ratings. 1 second. Let's get through all these comments. Sableteen says 8.5. Moyes gets 100 from Josiah. Josiah, thank you for joining, my friend. Cams 9 today. Good subs, good game plan after we conceded. I think Marc Noble and Suchek were very good together today. That's from the Scouse Hammer. I'm good, thank you for asking, brother Cam and more. 1 second, and then we'll get Kieran's thoughts. Hammerhead says Moyes gets a 7, and Budgie says Moyes gets an 8.5. Right. Kieran, I'm going to get to Pete's comment after this. Kieran, what would you give Moyes for today?
Yeah. Seeing as he went against me and he was right, I have to give him.
Noble.
I've got to give him an 8, haven't I? So, yeah. Apart from, like Luke said, the sub of Crow at the end was just absolutely pointless. Didn't see that. I knew Master Walker Johnson looked like his last injury was a hamstring, wasn't it? And he might have tweaked it again. And that weren't good. That weren't good. So when Master came on. So, yeah, Vlasic gave him a few more minutes. I suppose that makes sense.
Yeah.
I would have started him. I still would have started him myself, but there you go. But they played well, mate. Overall, they played well. I didn't realise how poor Watford were going to be. They were pretty woeful. And apart from the couple of boys up front that looked dangerous, I thought at the back they were awful. Absolutely awful. So we took advantage of that because I didn't think Southampton were very good either. And we didn't take advantage of it. We didn't win that game. So it was a
I have to say, Kieran, I do think Southampton were a cut above Watford. Watford today were they were awful. And I don't know, this is amazing for us guys. I'm a West Ham fan. I don't look at the bottom of the league table. So I don't know where Watford are. But if they're not going down, then there's some really poor teams down there.
I think they might be missing a lot of players too, though, to be fair to them.
Yeah.
I think they're missing a lot of players. So they did look poor, really poor. But it doesn't matter. You still got to win the game. Like I said, I didn't think Southampton were that good. They're better than Watford, but they weren't that good. And we should have won that game, and we were poor. So it was good to take advantage of it and nail it. And it could have been 6 or 7. The goal should have stood. It was a really soft free kick. What the hell? No. But, yeah. So, yeah, we've done the job. And they've done well. All of it.
One sec, you lot. Pete says, Table teams in the building. Did you watch Hammers Fans United show today? It was massive. Yeah, I think everybody in here did. I think. Thanks as always for that. And you look, we advertised it earlier. There's another one tomorrow as well. Luke, I'll back up on that. I wouldn't say Southampton played well. I thought we was just awful. But change of pace today. We came in how we should against smaller teams. Yep. Moyes 7.5 from Roy. Can't you turn Kieran's camera off too from Budgie? Yes, Budgie. How are you, mate? Josiah. Where's Budgie? And right, I'm going to get back to what Roy said. What would you like rate the referee today? And maybe Davey, and then Luke, and then Kieran, and then obviously in the chat. What would you rate the referee out of 10?
The referee was poor. Because if we took the VAR out of today's game, he wouldn't get anything above a 5. I'd give him a 5 out of 10. Just for having the right kit on.
And boots.
Yeah, boots. I know he's slipping around, isn't he? Probably had trainers or flip-flops. Sliders.
What about you, Luke? What would you rate the ref today?
Well, see, this is where I'm gonna upset everyone. I'm gonna upset the tinfoil people. I'm gonna upset the chat. I'm gonna upset everyone who thinks that the whole world hates West Ham. The referee, for the goal that was disallowed, he did not give a free kick against Sinchek.
Yeah, David said this.
We scored. Then it got called back by VAR, who said you need to have a look at this. And then he had a look at it, and let's be brutally honest, Suchek clipped his ankle.
Yeah.
What can the ref do? What can the ref do in that? If that was either any one of you three, what would you do in that situation?
I'd ignore it.
We've got no choice because the guy says you have to go and look at it on the monitor.
Yeah, but I support West Ham. I'd ignore it. So.
I mean, that's a fair point. That is a fair point.
You wouldn't do the ref, would you?
No,
So
My
the
point with
referee,
that, Lukey, my point with that is, right, I've seen it in the last few weeks of this VAR. It doesn't matter whether he clips him or not, or it's body contact. It's whether it's a clear and obvious error, right? This is their criteria. They keep saying. I don't believe it is a clear and obvious error. I really don't. Because if you watch it in full time, it's just a tap. It's not much. And the boy makes a big meal of it. He watched it in slow motion, saw the contact, and gave it. Now, I blame the guy in the VAR. He should be looking at it and saying, no, it's not a clear and obvious error. Carry on, mate. But he didn't. Once you put that referee on the spot to look at that screen, he knows the guy in the VAR thinks that's a foul. So then he has to. He's obliged.
I don't think you'll find clear and obvious error is a rule. If it's a foul.
No, but it is a directive they're given in the VAR room. If it's not a clear and obvious error, you don't. You don't.
I think it's because we scored from it. It's because once we score from the goal, and they go back and look at the play before the goal, and that's why they looked at that. The ref, go have a look.
I've never seen them go that far back.
Exactly. That was in the halfway line.
Back before. I haven't seen them go the
well, this is it. How far do you go back? I agree.
They definitely have gone that far back. They definitely have. I remember one Sheffield United against Spurs, probably last season, and they went back a long time. I have to agree with you. I do have to agree with you. It's bonkers, but if it's where you want to draw the line, if it's your VAR or not, VAR isn't the problem. The ref isn't the problem. It's how it's all these interchanges are being applied. I don't think the ref necessarily had a bad game. Based on the evidence he was given by VAR, he made the right decision. It was a foul for a free check, and he made the right decision. It was a foul for the penalty.
Someone got YouTube on their screen. Hammerhead said ref gets a 4. Roy says ref 2. Referee was useless. Josiah agrees and says ref gets a 2. Peach says yes, Roy. So I think he agrees with Roy. 1 second. We'll get to all of these. James says at Titch. After watching match today 2, I'd like to change Fab's up 1 point to a fabulous 9. Fabulous Fabianski. You can do that, James. Fab gets a 9 from James. Hello Peach, how are you, mate? From Roy. Darren says Roy top of the league. I need to do that, you lot. The league table. Brand new. Daza. Roy. West Ham. Singing you're just a shit club from Luton. 1 second. This is another one I'm gonna put to you lot. It's a contact sport. Yeah, it's true. I'm gonna be honest. Yeah.
Can I just say one thing about today that I would have liked to have seen is the fact that if I'm sure they do listen to your channel, Titch. If anyone from the FA is listening, the fact that they didn't let us have each team have 5 substitutes today, based in all this COVID, it's Christmas, absolutely bonkers. Both teams could have blooded 2 young players towards the end, take a bit of stress off. Sometimes I wonder why. I just wonder that no one at the FA makes logical decisions anymore, and that comes back to VAR, to be honest.
Yeah, the people that make the major decisions, I don't think are all, or even 50% of them are real football people, and that's for me is the problem.
Like you said earlier, I've been saying it since VAR began. There should be an ex-pro in that room with them.
Yeah.
Because an ex-footballer, mate, they know whether he's shooting, whether he's diving, whether there was enough contact. 90% of the time, they'll get it wrong.
Yeah, but Kieran, it depends if that ex-pro is Julian Dix or Kevin Keane, doesn't it?
I tell you what, you say that, Lou, but all the pundits I watch here in Australia, I get a lot of Tim Sherwood, Glenn Hoddle, Ian Wright, and all that. I'll tell you what, when they do their stuff, they're usually very fair. They're very fair, and call it as it is. So I think they'd be a lot better than someone who's never played football. All he's ever done is referee, and he's probably refereed badly too. So I'd rather see a player in there, and I don't care what team he comes from. I'll accept him getting it wrong.
But Budgie gave him a 5. Best I'll ever give a ref. All right, and to keep everybody involved, Who was your man of the match? So everybody in the comments. David, you said Bowen, yeah?
Yeah, Bowen. I think
Luke and Kieran, who was your man of the match?
Kieran, you go.
Hands down, Bowen. Hands down, mate. He was everywhere, superb. Just, he is like Duracell battery. He just doesn't stop going. And he had them on toast. And I said to TP at that previous sort of thing we done, and I said that right hand side, that's where we'll get at him. And he did. He
did
got,
say that.
2 assists and he won the penalty. And he could have easily had that goal on another day. So yeah, he did. He was superb, mate. Like I said, absolutely superb.
Scoushammer says 100% Bowen. What about you, Luke? And everybody else that hasn't.
I'm going to be, as normal, I'm going to be facetious. Declan Rice. One because it's always him. And 2, because everyone else had to step up because he wasn't there. But let's be honest, Jared Bowen today was wow. He over the last few weeks, he has stepped up. I was critical of a lot of West Ham fans about 2 months ago who said that Bowen should play for England. But I think now he's starting to create goals and he's scoring goals. I think, he should be in the next squad now, I think.
Well, for England. Right, Roy says Bowen. Peach says Souček. I think it's definitely between the two of them. Budgie says nobody gets Chris and Titch. It's your nickname, and I'm happy for that. David, I need to find that and play it, and then just tell you the backstory. Yeah. It's funny. Bowen from Darren. It's a So Luke.
I'm still in the underwear, huh?
Is Luke still here?
Yes, mate.
I said we wouldn't do it, but I will. After today's performance, Davey, Kieran, chat, what are you now expecting? I don't even need a score prediction. What are you expecting performance-wise against Palace?
Me first?
Good performance.
David,
David.
All right.
Yeah, David, what are you expecting?
I think today, I agree. I don't think we're too good. There weren't much of an opposition, although they did go 1 goal up, which is a worry because we can't afford to give Palace a goal head start. But, having said that, we responded really well. And after that, there was only a period in the second half, about 10 or 15 minutes, where we sort of took our foot off the accelerator a little bit and Watford came into the game. And then Fabianski made a couple of decent saves. I think we're 3-1 up at the time. But apart from that, we had a good all-round general performance. We need Bowen and them to recover well. Benrahma to keep up his recent form. And Antonio to, get a couple of goals, Vlasic scoring is a good thing, I think, because I think once he's settled, I think we will start seeing the best of him. I think we haven't seen that as yet. And Fornells, he's had a few shaky games, but he's a player. He's a good enough player. If you go over the course of a season, he's played really well last season. Thus far, this season, with taken away his last game, I think, or 2. And that could be because his missus just had a recent little toddler, a little baby. He's played well. So we need our front players playing well. If our defence can hold tight, then I think we'll win that game.
Okay. Luke, expectations for the Palace game?
Palace. Again, look where they're on the table. They pick up points where you don't think they pick up points, and they're going to finish comfortably mid-table. And comfortably mid-table is teams that we have problems against. Is Zaha suspended or is he back?
No. Just for today's game, it's 2 yellows.
So he's back.
Yeah.
He's their best player. I think Benteke will. I think Dawson and Diop can handle him because he's got no real pace, but he's a lump and we can handle that. But they pick up points. Oh, I don't. When is it? So when is it?
It's in about 3 days, I think.
I think it's New Year's Day.
So 4 days then.
New
if
Year's
it's
Day.
New Year's
So
Day.
hopefully we've got maybe Cresswell back. I mean, I don't know where Cresswell is, so
It's
I don't know
Saturday.
if any of you guys know. If we play like we did today, we can win. If we play like we did against Southampton, we will lose. Does that make it easier?
Yeah. Yeah.
And
It does.
sometimes at the moment, I've no idea what we can get from West Ham,
Yeah.
but on paper, Bowen playing like he is, honestly, I think Antonio will cause their back line so many problems. But Antonio could score a hat trick or miss 3 from, 3 open goals. He's that kind of player. When does is Ben Rama going, or is he?
Not until January.
AFCON, or whatever.
I don't know, because I heard today that the Premier League allowed the African nation teams allowed Mane and from Leicester to stay in order for them to play today's game. If it's 4 days from now, then I don't know whether I think it might be Ben Rama, because Kieran, when we was on yesterday, didn't somebody say let Ben Rama play one more time before he goes away to the AFCON?
Yeah.
Oh, that's so yeah, he might be. Yeah, that might be the last game,
But Rice is back anyway, so on paper we should win tomorrow, whenever it is, 3 days time. I mean, it's Christmas period, isn't it? I don't even know what day it is today.
Exactly. That's the same
But
thing.
I said that against Southampton, and we turned up that first half. We turned up like we didn't even know what day it was. So we need to turn up. That's the key. We turn up, we win.
Okay, Kieran, expectations.
Yeah, it's the same as Lukey, I suppose. If we turn up, it's a different ball game. The only negative to that is Palace are a bit like a Brighton to us, aren't they? We all seem to struggle against them, whether we're in good form or not. And they all seem to do a job on us. Benteke worries me, mate, because I still think he's a beast in the air.
Yeah.
He always worries. I think he's a good player. He wins a lot of headers against Dortmund. Diop.
We do like scoring over 8 kicks against Palace. I'll tell you that.
So, and it looks like that Johnson will be out, so that could bring back Masuaku into the fold. So you might have a Masuaku, Diop, Dawson, and Soufal as a back four, but you haven't got Rice and Souček back. So yeah, look, why not? We can beat them. Of course we can. We can't keep doing this, letting the goal in early. We seem to be doing that lately, don't we? That first,
Yeah.
was it 4 minutes the other day, and then it was 8 minutes today? And then it was their only attack, and they score, and you go, come on, boys. Stop giving
Exactly.
away.
Yeah, but Kieran, you've supported West Ham for what? What, since Henry VIII's time?
Yeah. And then Bowen.
And
And Bowen had a nice
how,
kick.
to be fair, in all those years, how many times did it take even our goal or the opposition goal to wake West Ham up?
Yeah, sometimes I actually wanted it, Luke. I wanted them to score to wake us up. They seem to do it.
We snooze, don't we? We love a snooze.
Yeah, we've got to stop that, though. Palace won't be as easy to get back at, that's all. If you go
I agree.
down.
Palace
I agree with you, Proof. It's a bad habit, but it's the West Ham way, innit? Let's be honest.
Cam, what?
That Conor Gallagher.
Yeah.
I know everyone's talking about players we need in terms of better players. Sort of the squad, the gaps in the squad. But if we could sign Conor Gallagher in the summer for something like 15 million, he is a quality player.
We can get him for nothing, Luke, if we give him Rice for 85 million.
Right, I'm gonna Davey. 1 second. Let me get to the comments. Then we, let Cam speak, and then Davey, you can, you're linked to Colin Gallagher. We can, speak about that. Right. So Pete says 5-0 Palace.
Says 5-0 against Palace. Optimistic.
Roy says Creswell out for 3 months. Wow. Hello, Cam, says Roy. Yes, Cam on camera from Peach. Right, so, Cam, before we go back to Davey, Cam, what was did you watch the game? I know you was working today, weren't you? Did you watch? Can you hear me?
Hiya, Roy, mate.
I think Cam's got a delay again. Oh man. Davey.
I watched
Yes,
the
mate.
first half and the second half. Well, most of the second half on my phone. So,
Cam, you're way behind audio, I think.
yeah.
Yeah, you got to remember, Pitch, he's in Liverpool. They've only just got electricity, so give them out a break.
Yeah.
He's stealing someone's Wi-Fi. All right, Davey, just explain how you know of kind of Conor Gallagher, like personally.
I know the family. My son played football with his two elder brothers. He's got twin older brothers, and they played. Well, my son played firstly with one of the twins at grassroots level in Surrey Youth League, and then they were playing for a team called Mole Valley Predators, which is up near Leatherhead, and then he got signed by Fulham, and his twin brother was captain of the Fulham under-15s team. They have their younger brother, which is Connor, and he got signed by Chelsea when he was about, I think, 7 or 8. I think it's under 8s they start at, or under 9s maybe. And yeah, he's been in there ever since. And yeah, so we know the family and the dad, the mum, etc. And yeah, he's come on really well, hasn't he? So we've seen what he's been like. I would take him. I don't think Chelsea will sell him personally. I don't think they will. But you never know.
Crazy man. All I can hear from that story is from the West Ham youth team point of view. You've let us down.
Yeah, he didn't do.
Yeah, I know. Mind you, it's not all over yet. You know, I could just still make a call and say, "Look, Dad, we've got to catch up. We've got to have a catch up." You know, a little sweetener out there to get him down to West Ham. But no, I think it's funny because we had this. I said to Martin, you know, we should get Connor on loan. Before the season, when he was available, I said to Martin, we should bring him in on loan. Look how well he did at West Brom. And now, look at he's doing at Crystal Palace. He's tearing up trees. He's got his England call up. And he looks a player. He works his socks off. And he fits like David Moyes type player, doesn't he? He fits that DNA. He can get goals. He can virtually do everything. You know, so... Yeah, I think we missed a trick with that.
I think the problem now is they're all just guns for hire, aren't they? Really?
Yeah.
So if you can give them the best, if you can give them a 6-year contract on stupid money, then they're going to sign for you, aren't they? I don't think we'll see another Marc Noble. Let's put it that way.
No, very rare.
Oh, that's rare. That's rare.
Yo, is that any better?
Hopefully, can you hear me?
Yeah.
Okay, yes, it's instant.
Guessing.
So, has anyone else got anything that they want to speak about for the next maybe 5-10 minutes? Anyone got any? Kieran?
Well, I was just wondering, since the 28th, soon to be the 29th, come on then, lads. Let's have your start whoever you want. Let's have your transfers. Come on.
Okay.
Realistic.
Okay.
You can't have Mbappe.
Yeah.
Oh.
All right. Kieran, all right, how many?
You can, but we might have to sell the rest of our squad, so it's just Mbappe and Randall.
And the seats in the stadium we've got to sell as well. All right. How many players, Luke? 3 or 5?
I think we'll get 2 proper players and another one that's not quite ready for the first team. But I honestly think if Ogbonna and Zuma are out for the rest of the season or the majority of the season, I believe Ogbonna's not going to be back for quite a while. I don't know what's wrong with Cresswell, so hopefully he's back soon. But if not, we need a left back. We need another centre back, assuming Zuma's not coming back. I think we're right for centre midfield. I think we're right for the tricky number 10s, but I really would like to see 2 half decent strikers, or a lot of money spent, or proper money, I should say, not a lot, of proper money spent on a striker. We need number 9, because everyone moans about Antonio, and he's got weaknesses, he's got strengths, but it's not his fault we have to play him because he's the only one we've got.
Yeah.
So I think
Royce
we
said
might
it's
get
3
2
months.
to 3, but I honestly think we need 5 to 6. Sorry, whoever's jumped in there, but yeah, I think we'll get 2 to 3, but I think we need 5 to 6.
All right. So I'm gonna say let's just keep it to 3. Yeah, we'll say everybody in the stream and in the comments. Let's say three signings. If like, so Kieran, who would you sign if we only had 3 and you knew they was realistic to West Ham? Who would you sign, Kieran, right now?
I wouldn't mind. I like Zinchenko at Man City, but he's probably not realistic. Like he was a while back, but he's getting game time now at Man City as a left back or left wing back. I like Diop as a left back, where we could nick him. Ake would do okay as a centre half, as he's. I'm not a great fan of his, but I think he'd do a job for us. And you can play him left back and centre half, which Moyes would like. And up front, I'd go and for the rest of this season, I would go and buy Chris Woods.
Would you?
From Burnley.
Nah. Would you really? Nah. Would you really,
I'd have
Kieran?
him up there. But I'd play 2 up front. I'd play him and Antonio. He needs to be the battering ram and let Antonio feed off it. And I think it'd work well. Just a thought.
Is he Australian or New Zealand?
He's a Kiwi.
New Zealand.
Oh, he's a Kiwi. Okay. All right, Davey. Who would you sign? 3 signings.
3 signings. I think we need more than 3, but all right, I'll go.
No, but I'd say if he's only allowed, yeah.
A centre back. I think it'd have to be a left-sided centre back, so we can hence play him at left back as well. I mean, I don't know too many that are decent. I would say Ake because he can possibly play at left back and might be available. So I'll take him. I think we need obviously a striker. I mean, I've been pushing for this. I know. I would take what's his name at Liverpool?
Origi,
yes. I'll take Origi at Liverpool. I mean, I'm a big fan of him. I think he's a possible signing. He's a credible player, and I think he's still young enough to make an impression with us. So I would take him. He's played in some big games.
The only reason I didn't say him, Davey, is because of that AFCON and Keita, Mane, and Salah lost.
Yeah.
I didn't think Liverpool would let him go, but yeah, I'd have him all day long.
Yeah, and then I think we need another centre midfield player. Who I don't know. If I had to go for a Premier League player, who would get? I mean, you've heard me before, Mark. You know, I personally would have to go for Loftus-Cheek. I don't think he's available now. I would still take Ross Barkley though. You know, I think he's good enough. You know, and maybe available. It's hardly played at Chelsea, hardly at the Kings. Yeah. And another one, he's got Premier League experience. The only thing with him is his Premier League, or rather his injury record is not too good. So that might be a problem for us. We don't want players that's going to come and break down after a few games. But those would be my 3, yeah.
Scouse Hammer, who would you pick if we could only have 3?
Only 3. That's a tough one.
Yeah. I hope we get more, but yeah.
Lingard, 1. We need defenders to fill in our gaps. I think Boateng, that's probably a bit of a big shout, I'm not going to lie. Boateng from Munich, I think his contract's running down. Maybe we might be able to get something out of that. I'd love to have, even though he's getting old now, I'd love to have Marcelo in a West Ham shirt. Okay. Sven Bender from Dortmund, maybe. I think but he's probably going to renew his contract, but again, I think his contract's running down. And a big one, a fantasy one, Adama Traore. I'd love to have Adama Traore in a West Ham shirt.
Okay.
And I've been told as well by Wolves fans that they'll be happy to let him go in January. When I went to the Wolves game, I was chatting to some fans on the way back, and they said to me they'd be happy to let him go in January.
Wow. All right. Luke, 3 signings, or did you give yours?
No, but I agree. I'm kind of on the same page as Davey Boy.
Okay.
I'd start if we can get Ake on loan, because then he can cover left back and centre back. Whilst I agree with what Kieran said, he's got a bit of dodgy about him, but he fills the gap, and I don't think we've got a lot of money. Obviously, then I'd get Lingard if we can for about 10 million, given what he wants wages wise. Then I believe that, well, you know more than me, Scousey boy, but Nat Phillips, I believe, wants out of Liverpool on loan.
I think Kieran mentioned
I'm
him
not
as
too
well,
sure,
actually. Kieran did mention him as a possibility.
If we can get him on loan as well, that covers all the centre back, and that keeps Moyes happy. So he's got 4,000 defenders, and then so we've got Nat Phillips on loan, Aki on loan, which I think we can do on 2 on loan. We sign Lingard, and then the question is, we need to get that striker in. I don't know who it is. I've heard that French guy, David. I've heard the Argentinian guy that Peach keeps going on about. I don't know who they are. I agree with Kieran. We're not going to get Origi. He's out of contract in the summer. I know we love West Ham and we think they're massive, but if you're a Divock Origi on a free transfer, you can sign for anyone in Europe in the summer. Would you sign for West Ham in January? If you say yes, you're either a West Ham fan or you're mental.
I would Riga. I would counter that. I would counter that to say that he's at Liverpool and they're a massive club, but he's not. He's not a first choice starter. West Ham, I feel, for someone like him is, if his information was, listen, you sign for us, you play, mate, and we're still in Europe, he still qualifies to play in that. I don't think that the top tier clubs are going to come in for Origi, and the next level down is the likes of West Ham, and I definitely think he would entertain the idea of coming to West Ham as long as he was guaranteed to play.
Yeah, but again, Titch, you're thinking like you're not a professional footballer. It's like Lingard. We all say, oh, if he signs for Newcastle, it's all about money. Yeah, it is, but it's 200 grand a week as opposed to the 100 grand a week we could offer him.
True.
I know what you're saying. We love football, but it's all about their professional footballers. This is their job. If they can earn a metric ton of money somewhere else, which, let's be honest, as the Origi in a free transfer, some club in Europe's going to offer them a ridiculous amount of money. What would you do?
The difference is, though, say if he went to Newcastle for that 200k, there's more pressure on him, if you know what I mean. Like I'm getting paid 200k a week. I've got to perform, if you know what I mean. Whereas at West Ham, he'll be welcome with open arms. He's been here before, so he knows what to expect, if you know what I mean. He knows the club. Whereas Newcastle will be a brand new experience, and that pressure of being on 200k a week.
Mate, seriously, I agree with you, buddy. I agree with everything you're saying, but 200 grand a week.
Oh no, I'm not saying you're wrong either, but really, from like I'm thinking of more of the human point of view, you know what I mean? It's like a second home for him, West Ham now. He knows he'll always be welcome.
All right, so let's go to the comments because Pete said Alvarez, David, I think that's the Canadian, Aki, Yanazai, and a centre half. Don't know who. Does anybody know about this Alvarez or the David? I think the David is that's the Canadian one. I think.
Not too sure.
Pete said he'd take Loftus-Cheek all day long. Good shout, Cam, for Boateng. James says, Tichenko, we need a left back and central defensive coverage for sure, but we really do need to offload the negative numpties, to be honest. Our internet supporter over the last month has been deplorable. Boy, yeah, that's a whole nother thing as well. Is because if we do get rid of people, then we need numbers coming through. Yeah.
Who are we getting rid of? Who are we going to sell that makes any money?
Yarmolenko's the obvious one to get him off of the books. Not even about what we get from him. It's just to free up the wages and that. So he would be the obvious one, Yarmolenko.
Yarmolenko will only leave West Ham on a free transfer.
Well,
do you reckon?
Who's going to pay money for Yarmolenko?
Even if someone will...
People who've seen what he's done in the Euros, who've had their eye on him since the Euros.
Yeah, I think there's a couple of. I think there's other Turkish or Greek clubs that are showing interest in him.
Yeah, but-
So we might get
Yeah,
someone.
but he's out of contract in the summer. Those teams know that he's on 140 grand, is it?
I think so.
Yeah, something like
So they
100.
know they're not going to come and say, "Yeah, I'll give you 3.5 million for a player who's out of contract in 6 months and on stupid money." Well, he is only leaving on a free, and I reckon even Masuaku will leave on a. If you're lucky, leave on a loan move, but they take his wages, and if he performs well, they might give us a couple of million for him. Apart from that, anyone else in the squad, we need them.
All right. Roy says, Origi, Lingard, Ake, Cantwell, Peach. Let me just get to the bottom of this, you lot. Yes, Troy, please. I'm up to 1,000 signings. Frankie Boy's back. Thank you for rejoining. Gonna get off to... See you later, Budgie. Budgie's getting to bed. Peach says, okay. Okay, so Peach is saying Traore, Ake, and Loftus-Cheek if it's only free. Traore, yes, Peach, I'll take that from Roy. Boom. Boom. Hold on. Boom. Good night, Budgie. 1 sec. You know what? Now that his name's been mentioned, yeah, would we take Traore at West Ham, like in January?
Yeah. 100%. Yeah.
Yes.
I would, obviously. Davey?
No.
Kieran?
Then
I don't think we need it.
I think we need.
I think Luke mentioned we need a genuine number 9. I think that's what we need. I don't think we need Traore because he's going to take the place of Bowen, Benrahma, Fornells, but he probably needs 4 or 5 chances to score a goal.
Yeah.
Also as well, Traore from Wolves. How much, honestly, do you think he's going to cost?
I don't know. But
50 million?
15.
I just, I believe that he wouldn't. For me, it's not about taking anybody's place. It's about trying to, strengthen our squad. Whether he starts some weeks, he's a great impact sub as well. So I think that we have to look to progress, and to do that, we need a bench full of potential starters and keeps everybody on their toes. So for that reason alone, I would. What about you, Kieran? Would you take Traore in January?
Yeah, I agree with Davey with that one. I think. Would you have him in your squad? Yeah, I would. Of course, yeah. Have him on the bench and come on and terrorise people. Yeah, wouldn't mind that. But I want a natural striker. He's like another Antonio that plays on the wing, rips people apart, and then he's a bit part centre forward who doesn't score that many goals. Hardly ever scores a goal. So yeah, it's a hard one. As a squad player, yeah, I'd have him. As a solution to a number 9, no.
Yeah, but you've got to remember though that you can say Traore, you can say Bamford from Leeds, you can say Watkins from Aston Villa, but none of these teams are going to sell these players to us for less than the 3 I've just mentioned, 50 million each. Wolves aren't going to sell us Traore for 20 million.
Traore is 50 million. Geez. I wouldn't rate him.
No, but that's not. But that's not the question. It's what Wolves rate him at. To get him out of Wolves, it's going to cost West Ham a lot of money.
Didn't go no near him.
Well, that's the thing, isn't it? We can't afford to buy. It's like people saying Bamford. Leeds aren't going to sell us Bamford. It's like Scousey boy knows. Like we can say Dominic Calvert-Lewin, yeah, he'd be brilliant for us, and he would be brilliant for us. But Everton aren't going to sell us Dominic Calvert-Lewin for anything less than £70 million. Whether or not you think he's worth that is an irrelevance.
No, you're right. I mean, we've got to look at realistic targets, and whatever they are. Look, they put all the jigsaw pieces in place, haven't they, with Newman and the other guys? Right, it's all there, and I'm sure Moyes has got a list that long, like from them, saying, here's 3 of these, here's 3 of these, here's 3 of these, what do you want? He's already got that list. And I don't believe it's what everyone's banding about, whether Origi, Traore, it's not all of them holes that I'm sure there's other players we don't even know it's going to come from left field that he's going to sign. It's not necessarily going to be what everyone's in the papers talking about. So I just hope that we do get a reasonable signings at a reasonable price, and we're prepared to spend 40, 50 million pounds in this January, which I'm not sure we will. But I'd like to see.
Well, the proof of the pudding is, when's the last time that we signed a player from another Premier League club that went on to be a success?
Never.
Proof of the pudding.
All right. Epic says, I think Tagliafico, Bayo, and Milenkovic are realistic targets. We know Moyes rates these. Let's to get through. Budgie says, before he goes, Loftus-Cheek, Lingard, and Bamford. Roy, I like Lingard. He ain't worth 200 grand a week. Yeah, that's.
I think we have to forget about Lingard. I don't think he'll come. I think he's had opportunity to come to us more than once. I don't think he'll come. I think he's going to wait around his contract and look to see what he can get.
Getting a bit old.
He might. Budgie.
The question always comes back to Davey, mate. To me, from these signings is what would you do?
Well, if I was Lingard,
you'd wind your contract down, and then come the summer, let's see everyone come to me and give you me your best offer. That's what I'd do, I think.
You're
been at Man United. The thing is, Lingard, he's had success. He's had success at Man United. You know what it's like to have success. He's know what it's like to sit on the bench and not play, right? And somewhat go stale. And then Moyes offered him an olive branch. He came to West Ham, went on loan. The club showed him a lot of love, came straight in the team. He is a quality player. There's no doubt about that. He's a world-class player on his day, right? And he made an instant impact. Got back into the England squad, or at least got considered for the Euros. And now he had opportunity to come to us, turned it down, and now he's going to sit on the bench to wait to go on to a club where he may not even get played, or a manager that might not show him no love. It's a crazy situation. You either want to play or you don't. This is the thing. They're all professional players at that level. They're getting decent money. So let's not make it be about money, because they're all getting good money. So
Davey,
you want to play football or don't you want to play football?
I'll tell you what. There are 5 million Ukrainians going. Why is Yarmolenko just sat on the bench at West Ham earning all that money when he could be playing for a top club?
Yeah, but look, Lingard is a very rich man already, right? Let's get that out of the way. So I don't believe every player's motivation is money, right? Especially Lingard at the stage of his life, stage of his career. His motivation should be getting back in that England squad for the World Cup next Christmas, right? And the only way he's going to do that is to get regular first-team football. He's got an opportunity to do it at West Ham, regardless of whatever wage he's on. Or does he stay at Man United and bring in big bucks? What does he need big money for again? He doesn't need it. If he wants, his question, he asks himself, can I play for West Ham and force myself into an England squad? The chances are maybe. So he either takes that punt with West Ham or he doesn't.
Yeah, but Kieran, he could go to Newcastle, score 10 goals.
No, but you can bring everything down to money. I'm talking about his career. Newcastle, he ain't going to do it at Newcastle.
I don't see why not. If he scores a load of goals in Newcastle, he can get the England squad, can't he?
Newcastle might change their mind. They might tell them to jog on. They're starting to get stars now. It's like St. Max, Joe Linton. The link up between them two is absolutely unreal. I think it's disgusting. And Newcastle might not even sign anyone this January. You never know. I know they've just had a big investor, but the investors have seen what they're capable of. And they might not be happy with the decision they've made.
All I think about Lingard, if he signs for Newcastle for 200 grand a week or whatever it is, load of money, good luck to him. I'm not going to begrudge him that. But I think you're right. His career will be better served at West Ham. But it's quite hard to judge a guy for going 100 grand or 200 grand. I'm going for 200 grand. That's all I'm saying, I reckon.
All right. The Sableton says, I got booted off. A player is what the club's selling them at. It's their right to ask for what they want. Peach Daza. Yeah, Darren, Adama is 25. We shouldn't dismiss the player's age. 1 second. Hope so, Kieran. Players coming. Moyes wouldn't have the heart to bench Lingard. Lanzini was the signing loot, and I agree with Davey Boy about Lingard. One sec, let me get to the bottom. The Sable team says, if Lingard was going to go to West Ham, he would be there already. That's a good point.
Yeah.
That's a good point. 26th of Jan.
I think it's a bit controversial, the whole situation in the summer, I'm not going to lie. But...
Leeds are going down and will sign their best players, says Epic. And then he said, behave. Oh, Peach. My school would have thought, if you're not good enough, if you're good enough, you're old enough. Yeah, I believe so. In regards to the age. Boom. Boom. Sorry.
Yes and no on that, by the way.
1 second. On the age.
Do we read anything into it that Man United didn't even have him on the bench when they played yesterday or the day before? He wasn't on the bench, and Evans was. So, do we read anything into that?
Evans.
When we first
Evans?
signed him on, when we first signed him on loan, the deal was we have him on loan, and then we could sign it for 10-15 mil, and the price tag were going up and up and up, building up to that summer transfer window. I think Moyes played this smart because Ole Gunnar Solskjaer was making out as if like Lingard will get game time. He wants Lingard in the squad. That's why they put the price tag up. And I think Moyes has gone, all right, then have him. Let's see when you play him. And I think he played it smart, knowing that the price tag will come back right down in January, which it seems to have done. So I think the whole thing was played smart by David Moyes. Moyes just plays his cards right, and it's worked if we end up signing him.
Okay.
I have to agree because they desperately tried to get a
big fee
commitment to sign, didn't they? And Manchester United said no. And they gave him the new contract, and then a couple of years ago. Now it's starting to run down. So I agree with you, mate.
Yeah, they put the price tag right up, and they promised them all the game time in the world, and just didn't deliver. And they never got the price that they were asking for. So I think Moyes played it smart.
Yeah, but can you imagine Sancho's and Lingard's face when they have to come into training the morning after it's announced that Man United have signed Cristiano Ronaldo?
Yeah.
And the thing is, I would take Lingard. I mean, even though I don't think he'll come, I'll take Lingard. Here's one, though, for everyone. What about Martial? Anthony Martial?
Ooh. Yeah.
Because he might be...
Yeah, I think Sevilla might... I think Sevilla might take him on loan, but that's a good shout. Before we get to that, because Peach says, what about Januzaj? Because I've heard, little links.
Yeah, I heard that as well. I heard about Januzaj. Moyes, because Moyes knows him from when was that thing?
What the old Belgian Serbian kid?
Yeah.
Yeah, I think he's
Belgian.
Belgian.
Another winger, isn't he? He's another winger, though.
Right.
We don't need that, I think.
Yeah, the winger
We've got number 10s coming out of the yin yang.
I'd have Traore.
Oh. All right. Martial, Davey said. Kieran?
Yeah, mate, I like him, but I'm not sure it suits Moyes. I'm not sure. He does run a lot. He does work hard, and but his wages would be high. I suppose we shouldn't, as fans, worry about that. Really, forget the wages. Do we want him or do we not want him? Yeah, I'd have him. I'd take him. I think it'd be a good asset.
Davey, would you have him?
I would have him. Yeah, I think he's young enough still that Moyes can do something with. He's athletic. He's got a lot of speed. He will suit, I think, the way we play, because we do play a lot of the big teams on the counter. He would suit that. He could get in. Yeah, sometimes his finishing can be a bit wayward, but I think he's got potential still to do well. Yeah. I would take him. Yeah. Obviously, wages and price would pay for him being a big factor.
Cam or Luke, would you take Martial?
I'm still trying to decide. I'm not sure. I'd say yeah. I'd say it's a no-brainer, really. Yeah, because he can play up front as well, can't he? So.
What about you, Luke?
Yeah. Yes, I take him now. But if we had two strikers, I wouldn't take it. If there was another striker that we were linked with, I would take him over Martial. Yeah, I would take any striker at the moment, but I just think Martial, attitude problem.
Yeah.
I think he must have. Did he work with Moyes before? Was Moyes there when he had? Was Moyes at United with Martial?
But look, I'd have an attitude problem if I was playing under Solskjaer.
But I think his attitude problem has lasted longer than that, mate. That's the problem.
I've just looked up his wages. This is how much he's on. If this is right, the 200,000 a week. Actually,
I was going to say 200. I was
250,000 a week.
What?
That's what this says. I've looked at three
quarter of a mil.
Yeah.
Nah.
I'd take him. I'd take Martial, but if the option was two other strikers, that's the wage bill to take. But yeah, I just think he's on too much money.
Yeah.
If,
We can't.
if he was, as I said earlier, if he was Gabriel Batistuta, I'd pay him £250,000 a week. He's not Gabriel Batistuta, is he? That's the problem.
No, he's not. Yeah.
Right, you lot.
Yeah,
just to...
any striker at the moment. I take Mike Small. I take Tony Cottee. Get Tony Cottee to put his boots on because I take him at the moment because we need a striker.
All right. You know what? Before we wrap it up, we're going to address James's comment, which is on the screen, and we'll do the last one would be I think it was Frankie. Someone. So yeah. Okay. Yeah. So it'll be James, that one, and this one from Frankie, you lot, and then we'll wrap it up because we've been on it quite a while. So the first one from Luke was, can we basically? It's about Fabianski. Where is it gone? Okay, here we go. Guys, can we talk more about our Polish brilliance between the posts? And I think that's a good topic of conversation, James. And then the last one will be Frankie's one, you lot, which is about are we appreciative of Lucas Fabianski and what he's done for West Ham?
Yeah, definitely, 100%. I liked him at Arsenal as well. I was made up when we signed him. He's obviously experienced, isn't he? And I'm safe when he's in the net. Well, I feel safe. Sorry. I love Fabianski to bits, and I'm dreading the day he retires because obviously he's getting older now. And I trust Areola as well. I really like Areola. I kind of wish Areola got more game time, but I feel safe when Fabi's there. He's commanding. He's vocal. He looks like a quiet person, but he's very vocal. He's always shouting on the centre halves and that. And he's not over the top like Pickford, like at all. If you watch Jordan Pickford and he's all over the place screaming his head off, and Fabianski's a bit more chilled, he's more composed, and that's what I like about him. He's got a cute little face as well. I've got to be honest.
Kieran, Fabianski, he's time at West Ham.
He's been a great servant for West Ham, hasn't he? Really, yeah. He's had his moments like all keepers. There was a period, like I say, I really rate Lloris and De Gea. But there was a moment both of them keepers went off the ball at the same sort of time and were pretty poor. And it happens. And then everyone thinks, that's him, they're finished. And they've both come back to be, I think, really good every week, nearly week in, week out. And Fabianski, though, he's just been that steady all the way, mate. It's just him. Yep. He had an odd mistake here and there. And I'll say, yesterday, he was surprised with that header that he pulled out of the top corner and flicked it over the bar. I didn't think he'd get to it. And it was superb. And he saved the one-on-one just before that. And he had a great game. So, I'm delighted with him. And like Cam says, Areola he excites you, doesn't he? Because he's an exciting athletic keeper. But it's very hard to take Fabianski out of the firing line when he's doing so well. So, he's been a great player for us.
I mean, we've got a World Cup winning goalkeeper on the bench over Fabianski. That's how much faith we have in Fabianski.
Yeah, good player, man.
Davey, what about you on Fabianski?
Yeah, I think the fact that he's still number one shows how much faith Moyes has in him. He's been top class for West Ham. There's no doubt about that. I think his strength, he's a good shot stopper. his weaknesses are he's not the best with the ball at his feet, and he's definitely not good coming off his line. As in, if they break our last line of defense, he's not going to be first on the ball. He's going to stand on that line. So in respect to that, he's not a modern day keeper, but he is a very good goalkeeper.
Yeah. Lukey?
Yeah, I think the question you ask is, how good has he been for West Ham as a servant? Was it now 6 seasons? 5 seasons?
5. I think this is the 5th season.
Well, I would say that when he wasn't there, we missed him unbelievably. Burnley away, Roberto. And he's done really, he was excellent today as well. But unfortunately, the first league game next season, I don't want him between our sticks. I'm sorry. We need. Unfortunately, this has to be his last season. He's 37?
36. To be 37 in April.
6. I think we need in this summer we need to solidify a new goalkeeper who's going to be there for our number one for the next. Basically, to do a Fabianski.
All right,
I mean,
we're going to get to.
There's no rush. Like I said, I like Areola as well. And if we can have Fabianski on the bench at least, or if we're in Europe again, start for Europe games maybe.
Like,
I agree with that, buddy. But the problem with Areola isn't he on stupid money a week?
Yeah.
Yeah. All right, this is the last one, you lot. Frankie Boy said we could pay 2 young players with Yarmolenko's wages, as in, transfers coming in.
It winds me up just thinking about how much he's on. It proper does my head.
And who could be the 2 youngsters? Who could we bring in as youngsters that they're potentially on 50-60 grand a week anyway, so it's still a lot of money. Who is in that price bracket?
Well, first thing can I say, we signed Yarmolenko when he was actually a top class player, and he did really, really well for us at the beginning, and then he got that Achilles injury.
Yeah.
And once you rupture Achilles, he lost any pace he had, and he never had much to begin with. And we paid him based on the player he was before that injury. And I know I'm making excuses for him, but that goal against Chelsea did keep us up. And now he looks rubbish, and we do need to move him on. But I think Yarmolenko is much maligned due to the fact that we paid him the wages that he's on.
Get rid of Yarmo, put Antonio right, and buy a pure striker. So yeah, we'll just get to the end of the commentary.
If you sign 2 young players from anyone in the Premier League, they're going to cost you an arm and a leg.
Yeah. I think we've got a ready-made replacement, not as in ability-wise as yet, but I think that Oxford Flex, he was on the bench today, he didn't get used, but he's got a lot of potential. He's come from Celtic, he's played in the first team, he's been tearing up trees in our under-23s. Sooner or later, he will get his chance, and he will come good. So I think we just need to get his wages off the bill just to find a few more players, I think that's the main stumbling block at the moment. He's on high wage. He's on a really high wage. And I don't understand why Moyes don't play him a little bit more, because that's what I would have done. And you're paying him, you might as well use it. He's not the worst player. So.
Disabled Team says, seeing Kieran in sunglasses and looking out of my window, well, all I can say is it's so cold the burglars are staying at home. Yeah. Kieran, fair play to you. No, nice one, James, sorry. Kieran, what is the weather saying where you are now?
Yeah, it's about 27 degrees cloudy, but quite nice.
Nice day.
And to clarify, I am sitting here in my underpants.
But everybody that's
Kieran, better than me. I'm sitting in someone else's underpants.
I'm sitting in no underpants. How about that?
You should give them back to her, Luke.
I refuse.
You know,
Come and get them.
thanks again for tuning in.
Coming back to her.
Cam, you're doing initial thoughts tomorrow, yeah?
Yeah, mate. Yeah.
So we'll be back at 12 o'clock for another game show, and yeah, thanks for everybody that joined. Thanks for everybody that was, took part in the comments as well, and everybody in the chat. There's only one thing to say. Come on, you Irons.
Cheers, mate.
Yeah. Cheers,
Let me just-
Luke, Kieran, Cam, Titch, yeah, and everybody else in the chat. Yeah.
Let me just.
Yeah, sorry, I'm late.
Or daytime. Right.
That West Ham batsman, you don't want to see the gang vex, man. Pull up in 2-litre dingers and press that.
Selling bag, going ham in West like Declan Rice. Do it like popcorn, everything nice. Whoa.